We don't need to know about that. Because if somebody come walk up in our parents' house, let's say if we was teenagers or something, our parents, I mean, y'all come walk up in our parents' house and y'all don't speak to our parents, y'all got to go.
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we are back with another American reaction. We're super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down, hit the red subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell because we're on the road to 50K. And we cannot get there without you guys. Alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
What's something about your culture that you constantly have to explain to Americans? I'll go first. Greek Easter. Oh my God. So Greek Orthodox Easter and all Orthodox Easters fall on a different day typically than Catholic Easter, which is what the U.S. observes as a national holiday. So growing up, I always had to explain like, no, my Easter's on a different day. My boss legit thought I was trying to get out of work one year. And I was like, no, it's real. And our Easters are so different. Like, we don't have an Easter egg hunt. There's no Easter bunny. We don't do that. We go to church 18 times a week and roast a full lamb. It's a vibe. Something about your culture that you constantly have to explain.
Okay, 18 times a week.
I would love to know more about that.
And they eat the lamb, literally.
Okay, I can understand the lamb part.
Yeah, it got a little. Yeah, it makes
18.
sense.
What?
But 18 times a week?
Yes.
He said a week.
What y'all doing? Y'all doing something different? I mean, I understand the lamb part. I do.
It's like what, 3 times? It's like 3 times a day.
Okay.
Okay. Because you got the morning service, evening, and the night service. I heard of this.
Now we have some of our supporters that you may celebrate Easter like this. So enlighten us down below.
Americans.
This applies not only to Americans but to anyone who's not Jewish. We're not just a religion. Stop thinking we're just a religion. I know it's so convenient to some of y'all to compare us to Christians or Muslims, which is great. No disrespect, we share a lot of aspects. Both of those religions are based on Judaism to an extent. You have no idea how much it minimizes what Judaism is and what the Jewish people are when you refer to it as simply a religion. If you actually look into Judaism, you'd see that it's not only about our relationship with God, but it's also about our relationship with the land of Israel, from which the Jewish people originate. For example, we have so many laws that tell us how to perform agriculture in the land of Israel, and they only apply to that land. So if you want to understand better what the Jewish people are, I'd say the first step is to understand that we are an actual nation that comes from an actual land, the land of Israel. This is such a bad angle. Thank you for listening. Good night.
Something about your culture that you constantly have to...
Okay, so that has been a topic that's been kind of, I wouldn't say confusing. I would just say I lacked a lot of knowledge about it because,
Me too.
It's like, speaking in Christianity, there's the Jews, what they call it, the Hebrew Israelites. That's something different, huh?
No, they are their own nation.
That's something different.
Tribe as well.
Yeah.
The tribe, yeah.
Yeah, it's always been confusing because then, you have the history of, the war, and if y'all want to enlighten us, I just want to tread lightly. Like politics and religion we joke about a lot of things on the channel, but those are 2 topics that we just don't want to, disrespect anybody or offend anybody on. So let's chat about that in the comment section. You teach us something.
Yes, as y'all always do, man. And again, like you said, those 2 we don't joke about. Like, we really talk in depth about these topics at hand. Only when we like really knowledgeable in it.
Yeah.
That's the only time we go real deep in it. But other than that, like, again, like, if you guys know any more than what we do, we would love to hear about it.
Yes.
Explain to Americans.
Starbucks isn't a thing in Italy. I know there's a Starbucks that opened in Milan in 2018. And I know that they're thinking of opening a Starbucks in Rome this year, 2021. But think about it. Milano, Roma, these are tourist cities. Italians want nothing to do with Starbucks. You can get the most amazing coffee in the world in Italy. Italians perfected coffee. So in Italy, Starbucks, it isn't important. In fact, American-style coffee to Italians is known as acqua sporca, or dirty water, because it's basically watered down coffee. Italians are used to espresso, which is very concentrated coffee with a little bit of water. Getting like a frappuccino from Starbucks wouldn't really even be considered getting a coffee. It's more like a dessert because of all the cream and the sugar and everything that's going on in there. So nothing against Starbucks, but Italians, we kind of know our coffee.
What's something about your culture that you constantly have to explain to Americans?
Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, I have to keep explaining it that it's not Mexican Halloween. I also have to explain that sugar skulls are not Halloween decorations. There's actually...
I didn't think of that though.
Cartoon. Our son taught us that.
Oh,
There's a cartoon
yeah,
about
the
it.
little skeletons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point then, because like if you really watch that cartoon, you would think that's a religion for them or something, like a tradition that they do.
Yeah. So that was nice, but he's fed up.
Yeah, he said
fed up.
He put it out there. He letting them know.
meaning behind those sugar skulls. There's a purpose for them. If people use that excuse, well, other cultures use skulls as decoration. Okay, but sugar skulls are not decorations. They're not Halloween decorations. And I have to keep explaining this because a lot of people think Day of the Dead is Mexican Halloween. It's not Mexican Halloween. It's its own holiday.
What's something about your culture that you constantly have to explain to Americans?
Okay, I got a good one. In this one, people always get so confused. But I'm telling you, I feel like it goes for every single Latino or Hispanic household. If you come to my house, you come to see me, doesn't matter if you come to see me, you have to say hello to my parents before we go about our business and go hang out, watch a movie, whatever. You must say hello to them first. Because trust me, you don't want to know what they say about you when you leave, when you don't.
We don't need to know about that. Because if somebody come walk up in our parents' house, let's say if we was teenagers or something, our parents, y'all come walk up in our parents' house and y'all don't speak to our parents, y'all got to go.
Yeah, but
y'all getting kicked out.
I think that's like a thing though. Like,
yeah,
it's just like showing the respect for the people who own the home. Like, I would never go in anybody's house and like just show no respect to the people, especially the owners inside. First of all, we speak.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But she's saying before they do the business.
Wait, what?
With the business.
What's she talking about?
She said a business. Before they do any business, I'm suggesting. But like, if you're gonna go inside anyone's house, and that's even, I think that should be with everybody.
Yeah, when
you say hello to the parents. Mm-hmm. You say, hey, how y'all doing today? Just let y'all know I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what
even
I'm saying?
if there's a baby, when you walk into a room, you need to speak to everybody, especially the adults in the room. That's just how we were raised.
Yeah, so I get where she's coming from, but I don't know what she's talking about.
Say hi to them first. I don't know what it is or where it started, but they immediately think that person is rude, ungrateful, disrespectful. And trust me, like the rest of my friendship with you, I will be battling to try to defend you.
Something about your culture that you constantly have to explain to Americans.
The way we say hello, the way we greet each other, that's what I always had to explain. When I was in college and I would hang out with other Latino people in front of my American classmates, I would say hello the way that we say hello. Of course, this varies from region to region and from country to country, but it's always kind of similar. We say hello by kissing each other's cheeks, particularly in South America. Now, this can be one kiss or two, like mwah, mwah, like that. And that, of course, sometimes is followed with a hug. And being who we are, we're always very loud and boisterous and happy, like we haven't seen that person in 15 years and we've known them for 10. When in reality, it's just this classmate that shares one class with you that you see from time to time in the hallway. Almost every time I had to explain to my American classmates that they were not a family member or a close friend, that we were just saying hello.
What's something about your culture that you constantly have to...
again, that's not Americans, that's a culture thing. Because us, I don't know if it's a Southern thing, but when we greet somebody, we give them a hug and we do like this little... Let's see, come here, boy. We do,
yeah.
So we do that.
I get what you're going.
Yeah, I think that's like a. I don't know if it's a Southern thing.
The double kiss thing is not an American thing so much. Yeah, we don't lean in there with shoulder to shoulder. We don't shimmy. We don't do all that stuff. But one thing I want to add before the video is over with that that we do in America that a lot of people understand is that we dance when we eat. You cannot sit here and tell me that when you eating, you don't be humming and hitting one of these. I see Sierra do it all the time. She be, after she get about a few bites in, she be, it be good.
Too funny.
Explain to Americans.
Cubari. You think an American knows what a cubari is? I told my bridesmaids I had to pick cubari, a cubara, a cubaro for my ramo, and they were like, a what? Y'all getting koalas at your wedding? Is that a Greek singer that I need to know? Ceci, is that a drink? Yee. Novre malaka. I explained it as the best man / maid of honor for the Greeks. And then they're like, I thought Bobby was your best man. I'm like, yes, the American best man. Okay. But when we hopefully have kids one day, we need a Greek version. And that's when I called my best friend Andrea and my cousin Andrea, and I said, Ella, who wants ample responsibility and expenses?
Godparents, yeah.
Then you have to explain to the Americans about the Stefana. And they're like, you wear crowns? For another day.
What's something about your culture that you constantly have to explain to Americans?
Greek name days. So my birthday falls in July, and my family will wish me a happy name day in August. And my friends were like, wasn't your birthday just a month ago? Like, yeah, it was, but this is something different. So then I have to go through the process of explaining to them what a name day is, which can get really confusing. So I go on to explain that in the Greek church, every day is dedicated in a memory of the saints. And name days are about honoring the saints of whose name you carry. So they look at me like I got 4 heads. And they're like, oh, so it's like a second birthday. Like, no, but sure, we'll go with that.
What's something about your culture that you constantly have to explain to Americans?
Since you guys all like the whole Polish word thing last time, I thought I'd do another one of these. This does not signify a Polish person's culture. Pierogi. And you guys also have the audacity
Is that potato chips?
to pronounce it pierogi. Pierogi! It's pierogi. Say it with me now. Pierogi. Pierogi. There you go. Literally every time I introduce myself, whether it be in school or in person to someone, everyone sees my last name and they're like, oh, you're Polish. And I'm like, yeah. And then they're like, you must love pierogis. A, not every Polish person has to love pierogis. B, you're pronouncing it wrong, it's pierogi. And C, time to make pierogi.
Is it a bag of chips?
Bye.
Bro, is it a bag of chips though? Alright, so he got it in plastic bags. I know when we get our kids, we send them to school sometime, our snacks, to get it in a plastic bag so they don't go crazy on the whole chip bag. You feel me? Is pierogies or pierogies bag of chips? It looked like some Lay's.
I thought it was some seashells.
He was shaking it.
It's just white. I don't know.
I don't know.
We have to explain to Americans.
Having to constantly explain to Americans that Egyptians come from Africa. If you don't know, Egypt
Africa
is in the top corner of Africa.
Right.
Look at a globe or a map or something. That's the first thing. Second thing, no, I don't ride a camel everywhere I go when I go there. No, I take a plane, there's cars. It's a city like any other city. I had one girl tell me one time, oh, I thought you guys were extinct like the dinosaurs.
Wow.
It was in high school. Lord Jesus.
It's a memory that stuck with us.
Just because I'm Egyptian doesn't mean I am in particularly one religion or I like one religion over the other. I happen to be Coptic Orthodox. There is Muslims. There is Jews. There is every religion in the Egyptian culture. And that's what makes us different.
What's something about your culture that you constantly have to explain to Americans?
Okay, so I'm Cameroonian American, and there are a few things, I think this is going to be mainly for African households, but there are a few things that you cannot do. One, you cannot accept something with your left hand. I don't know where that one came from, but left hand is a no-no.
Yeah.
Secondly, if they're your elder, they're either auntie or uncle. You do not call people by their first name. It's a no-no. Another thing, if you come to visit, please say hello to the elderly person in the room. If you don't, they're going to consider it rude. If someone dies, we go to a wake, and that can usually last till the next day. I know. If someone dies abroad, we need to send their bodies back home to Africa. That one gets people. My favorite, We speak super loud on the phone, to each other. We're just really loud people in general. Now you know.
About your culture that you constantly have to...
Okay, so she said it was African, so I'm guessing she's not talking to Americans.
Yeah, she says mainly for African households.
Okay.
African households.
Yeah, because the video is about was something about your culture that you constantly have to explain to Americans. So
I know that's one.
But she said she was American, so maybe
it started with a C, like an island.
Cameroon,
something. I don't know. What's that?
Cameroon.
Is that like a?
That's where she's from. Well, I guess that's where her family is from. Cameroon or her.
Or her, maybe.
American.
I don't know, but I know one thing that gets people. She said that African people get shipped back to their hometown whenever they have a funeral or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So
we do that here. Like, if a person, like, let's say a person is from Mississippi and they move to like California, the family would ship the body back to Mississippi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I don't think that was for us.
So get ready for this. Burritos, they're not Mexican. They're Tex-Mex. So if you ever go to a Mexican city, I'm talking about a legit Mexican city, not something like a tourist area like Cancun or Cabo. If you ask for a burrito, they're going to look at you and think you're weirdo because they don't have that on the menu. It's not a traditional Mexican dish. It's something that was basically Americanized. Yep.
What's something about your culture that you constantly have to explain to Americans?
We don't believe in elves. We don't. No, I'm pretty sure you believe in elves because I saw it in a YouTube clip. No. And also,
where you from?
Yeah, you guys have to read up about the Icelandic sagas.
I'm about to say something. North Pole, where you from?
Accurate. It's not accurate. But why is it on the History Channel then? Oh, and I read this thing that you guys have an app, like an incest app. No, we don't. What? That's not the purpose of... Oh my God.
What's something about your culture that you constantly have to explain to Americans?
Hey, Catherine the Canadian here. I'll say it. Please find attached a map of all of North America. And I'd like to draw your attention to aspects of Canada that actually are further south than some states you find in the United States. Therefore, all of Canada is not freezing.
What's a line from a TV show?
Yeah, that's something I remember asking that little crazy question. I'm like, but isn't it all just cold up there? It's like, no, Dion.
That's funny.
But yeah, I think that we had a lot of things in mind that we could relate to, like speaking loud.
Yeah.
We talk loud all the time.
We talk loud, but we're not loud people. But I guess to other citizens of other countries, they may be like, oh, they're loud. Because, I don't know, I watched a clip, a tourist clip, and I could say, yeah, if we were among that crowd, they would be like, they're very loud. But I think it's because they were very quiet outside.
Say that. It's like walking through Target.
Yeah.
And they can hear your conversation.
Remember our first time in Target?
I was like, why are you whispering? He's like, it's so quiet in here. Ding, ding. Next customer.
Yes. What was another one? I love the man who just looked so fed up about the day of
the
event.
Yeah, that was a good one though. I think that was a really good mention.
Yeah.
That was a good mention.
Yeah. All was good. This is a good video.
Yeah.
So we hope you all enjoyed this video. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks and our join feature if you would like to become a VIP member of the channel. Yes. Or if you would like to just send in a quick super thanks, get emoji and all that good stuff.
Yeah, you got that.
We'll see you soon. Oh, our mailing address. We'll see you soon.
Peace.